Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Mattel, and Mattel is not doing well at all. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, it just did. The reason we're going to talk about this is because we talk about She-Ra and He-Man on the channel, and we just mentioned the other day that they're going to be bringing out She-Ra dolls for the new Netflix show, but that's not going to save Mattel. They're really, really bad shape. So we've had multiple people send us articles on this. We're going to take a look at it in this video, and we're going to talk about Mattel.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. So before we get started, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. We're trying to hit 100,000. We just passed 40,000 this week. Thank you guys very much for that. We're going to grow the reef.
Yes, we are.
The mighty reef.
We're bringing the reefs back.
We're bringing the reefs back. So, okay, before we talk more about She-Ra, we're going to talk about where Mattel is right now, and they're in the shitter. Mattel is not in a good place. This is coming from Market Watch a couple of days ago. Mattel cannot be salvaged, says MGA CEO in scathing statement. MGA wanted to buy Mattel, and then they backed out.
Well, it's just kind of funny because there was that whole thing with Mattel and MGA back in the day when Mattel was bigger.
Yeah.
And then they had that lawsuit about the Bratz dolls and all that. So now is this like, you know, almost like a revenge thing? Yeah,
they think there's a bit of a vendetta there. And now, for those of you who don't know, MGA did the Bratz dolls. Mattel sued MGA because apparently one of their employees worked on the Bratz dolls, and then they tried to compete with a Barbie line that looked like the Bratz dolls, and it was a mess. But MGA is actually at a better place right now than Mattel is, which is scary. So Mattel shares are down more than 34% over the past year as the company struggles to broaden its offerings. We'll get in here, and yeah, MGA Entertainment's chief executive, Isaac Larian, slammed Mattel Inc. in a statement that officially calls off the second merger talks between the two companies. MGA's portfolio includes Little Tykes and LOL Surprise.
I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. MGA is also one of the companies that has already signed on to work with Toys R Us when they try to bring some stores back at Christmas. They're the first place, I think, that actually signed on with them. But go ahead.
Yeah, so this is what's going on. With close to $4 billion in debt at an average interest rate of 6.58%, a staggering 42% in operating expenses, and a major legal liability for having sold a faulty Fisher-Price rock-and-play sleeper for years. Even as multiple baby fatalities occurred, there's simply too much mess to clean up at Mattel, the statement said. It is my opinion that Mattel cannot be salvaged at this point, and most certainly not under the current hostile board and management, Larian said. As such, after considering the disastrous financial details of Mattel and the direction on its board and management are pursuing, I think at this time it's in the best interest of MGA to not continue forward with the Mattel offer. Their stock closed down 5.4%.
Okay, so last week there were reports that Mattel rejected their offer, which sent the shares higher. So now he's coming out with, like, you didn't fire me, I fired you.
Yeah. Well, we know how that is. They're talking about a strategic transformation at Mattel. They're talking about how they lost a bunch of money when they lost the Disney Princess license, because that was a big deal for them, to Hasbro. And
but let's talk about something for a second. I was going to say about Mattel too. The thing about Mattel is they also own things like American Girl and stuff like that, and the sales are down because people just don't have the money for that kind of stuff. You know, so some of these brands they own just aren't performing. Like they used to do these little pop-up stores for American Girl. They stopped doing that. There's a lot of things you can see coming up to this in the last couple of years where they're pulling in. Yeah,
and I think it's getting to the point where, you know, they talked about just old school toys aren't selling as well as they used to, you know, Barbies and Hot Wheels and that sort of thing. I mean, they were staples when we were growing up before then, even in the 60s and 70s. But Mattel's just not, you know, they're trying to shift their brand into other kinds of like digital type toys, which I think is killing a lot of toys, honestly. I think iPads and,
I agree.
You know,
I think they tried that, and they've tried doing things with Barbie and different things like that tied into the digital, and it didn't really work. And I'm not trying to mean, but I do personally like that they did line of dolls that are different shapes and sizes. I like that. But then they made up all these new molds and stuff, where before you were using the same mold all the time, and that cost. And now I don't think people want them. They are always on the shelf. When we are at the store, you never see them. They go on clearance before they're bought. Especially not to mean the curvier Barbies. That's the truth.
Well, they better make a curvy Glimmer doll when they.
I know. We're gonna go there.
There were threats. So, so Mattel, you know, we knew they weren't in a very good place. That's before this MGA buyout, and so we're like, okay, so they probably aren't going to risk doing a toy line based on She-Ra, because She-Ra's demographic is like Steven Universe, and the Steven Universe toys languished on the shelves until they cleared them out for next to nothing. I mean, they were selling Steven Universe, the McFarlane like Lego type sets. They were selling the individual figures for like $1 each, and the van, which was like a $40 playset, went on clearance for like $6 or $7.
It was like $7,
and it still sat there.
But I
for
mean, I
weeks.
think going with the Lego type thing was the wrong choice anyway.
Yeah,
I really do. I think they had not done that. They had gone toys. It might have done better.
But can you imagine them doing like a fashion doll line of Steven Universe? You know,
that would have been weird.
Well, brushable hair.
The problem Mattel's having too is for years Barbie didn't really have competition. I mean, it had some, but it wasn't like enough that it was even something to worry about. And then they did the Monster High, which were bigger than Barbie, and they did Ever After High, and they ruined that because what happened where it was with those, they were doing fantastic, and then they rebooted Monster High while it was popular. And when they did a reboot, they got rid of some popular characters and made some questionable choices, and it ruined the line. And now, you know, they don't. Now people are competing with like IP type based toys, like, you know, things like that. Princess toys are going someplace else. They can't, you know, rest on the dolls anymore.
No, but it's interesting. Okay, so you know, we speculated that Mattel wasn't going to do She-Ra dolls at all.
No, they never said anything about it. They would not promote the show at all.
No, they didn't. Yeah, and that's what's so weird about all of this. And we had some people on Twitter and in the comments on YouTube comment that this was a very like last minute thing. We have one person who I think might have actually worked with Mattel before say that they don't think this was in the initial plans, but they did it because they were basically kind of like
being forced to
do it.
It makes sense. It plays into what they're saying because they never promoted the show.
No.
They never said, you know, congratulations on the show. They did it for other things, but they refused to mention it at all. Then, right after the show came out, they presented at PowerCon and stuff, their dolls that look like the original, you know, the classics done in the larger sizes. Yeah. They showed all that. Tell Mattel you want this. Everything else, which we did tell Mattel we effing wanted this. Where are they, Mattel? So they showed that. They didn't talk about this at all. They went right back to the classic She-Ra, and they were holding their ground. Then suddenly this all comes up, and I honestly think it was, you know, to try desperately. And if you're going to bank on something, I would not bank on this.
Yeah, this happens right about the time that they, you know, parted ways with the offer, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, everybody, we're going to do She-Ra dolls.
I mean, this was not the thing. If you're going to bank on something, this ain't it.
Yeah, and it's even weird, like, okay, so they're doing the dolls, but they look like the superhero girls dolls.
They look like
they're
the bodies
bigger.
Of them, yeah.
Yeah, they're not the little 5-inch dolls.
No, they made big superhero girl dolls, too.
Yeah, but no, I meant the She-Ras. They're not little like the original She-Ras.
Right.
They're doing, like, full-blown, maybe because they think those will sell better to a general audience.
It could even be that they get better markup on those. Because it might cost as much to do a small one as it does a big one, but you can sell the big ones for more.
That's true.
Plus they have you know, brushable. You can't put brushable hair on the smaller ones, but it's probably cost more. Brushable. They were down in terms of the brushable hair. I wonder why. That is about.
Well, here they're yeah, right. Well, here it says that they're only coming to Target for $14.99, $29.99.
Okay, well $29.99 must be like a 2-pack or like have something with it.
Yeah, it's got to be a 2-pack or something.
That price isn't too terrible. Okay, I didn't know any of this. Please share. I would love to know about this.
Yeah, so this is coming from, this is actually yesterday, coming from Kids Screen, which follows kids and YouTube and apps and all that.
I think this is all Dreamworks, is what I think. I think Dreamworks put the pressure on her. Dreamworks offered the money, because then all of a sudden they put her in the parks. Like Dreamworks is bound to it's gonna, you know, they're pushing Noelle Stevenson. They're pushing her into every, you know, LGBT list that they can possibly get her into. They're pushing this like so hard. I've never seen them push anything as hard as they're pushing this damn show. Anyway, go ahead.
I think it's about getting it renewed for another season.
Well, a season being a 6-episode
batch of episodes.
It's not even one full season yet, and they're acting like, well, don't you know the original She-Ra only had two seasons, and it's like, yeah,
like 95 episodes or something.
Yeah, it's like there's a big difference here. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so Mattel will unveil a new doll range inspired by the Dreamworks animated series She-Ra. The toy maker previously released toys inspired by the 80s tune, though it's not clear if Mattel will expand this new range to include additional categories.
Hey, Mattel, I want those damn dolls, Mattel. You can send them to me. I will gladly promote them for you. I want them. Go ahead.
The first offering, a 2-pack available at Comic-Con, is featured on Mattel's website. The full range will launch at Target in the US in August, with dolls available for $14.99 and $29.99. News of Mattel's new range comes as DreamWorks continues to expand its consumer products program for the series, including putting She-Ra in the theme parks at Universal. The company recently partnered with Scholastic to launch an extensive line of books in the US and Canada this summer. The publishing range will include fiction, graphic novels, fill-in journals, guidebooks, yada yada.
Yeah, because they're going to push them to the kids' book fairs, because what they're trying to do is kids aren't watching the damn show. Let's just be, I mean, kids aren't. It's not for them, even though they keep saying it's for kids. So what they're doing is they're pushing it to Scholastic, because in Scholastic, they'll put it in their book fairs, which are in like and their book orders. So they'll go to like every school around the country. That's why. We keep, we'll get her in there, and then we can promote that way. And they're going to have Clothes debut at Comic-Con for a Hot Topic, I think, with Her Universe.
Yeah.
Please, I hope to God, Her Universe, let them be some classic stuff, because if you have some classic stuff, I would probably buy it. If it's the new She-Ra, hell no. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it seems like the product push for She-Ra comes as streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon work to build CP programs for shows without the benefit of traditional metrics like Nielsen.
So you can't see what they're actually getting on views. And it's interesting, they pointed that out too.
Yeah, so they're doing consumer products based on, you have to take our word for it. You have to take our word for it. She-Ra is popular. You can't actually see the ratings, but trust us, she's a hit.
Yeah, trust us, was on our network and we're trying to promote it and we're getting money from DreamWorks to do this. It is because it's popular.
Yeah.
That's why. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's
Fingers
popular.
crossed.
So Mattel, which is on the, hanging on by its fingertips, take a chance and do dolls based on...
I don't think they wanted to.
That's what I've heard. There were people in the comments. I know we've got people who have worked with Mattel who comment, and I think they were even like, yeah, we're not really feeling this.
What I'm wondering is, are some of these people on the board or some of these executives, are they somehow tied to DreamWorks in some way, and that's why all of a sudden out of nowhere the dolls are appearing?
I don't know. It could be. Because it doesn't, financially it doesn't really make sense, but again, when you've got this person out there doing consumer products and they don't have traditional metrics like Nielsen, they could just be feeding them any line of
it's really
crap.
easy to
It's
fake
our
things.
hottest show. Look at all the press it gets on Sci-Fi Wire and Sci-Fi Wire. And sometimes Polygon.
And you know what? It's so funny is because they're trying to target kids so hard. Like, we're putting it at Universal, we're gonna put it in Scholastic. Now we're gonna put here so that kids watch it, because they're not watching. So I think they're gonna try to go to the old way, which all people made fun of, which was make the toys and then make the show.
Yeah.
I think that they're trying to do that now because the other way is not working. The way they all made fun of everybody for liking way.
They're gonna turn it into a toy commercial.
Yeah,
that's
what they're already doing.
Yeah.
Scholastic and Universal, that they're turning it into a show commercial, and now they're going to use the toys to do the same thing because the whole method they made fun of the '80s for. Yeah, and they're going to do it because their way is not working. So, but it doesn't make any sense to me to launch these. But Target in August, guys, and so far they've shown Bo, this little bit of Bo, and they've shown the back of Adora's head. Yeah,
people, there aren't a lot of happy comments.
There are some,
but
too.
People were mad. They're like,
"Oh, others added a bunch."
Yeah, where's the classic?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know, you guys. Yeah, where is it?
That's what they're asking about.
Wait, go back up. I thought the days of SDCs was behind me. That's how I feel about the constant, slamming everybody in the face with this stuff.
I need him.
Yeah, you look like you need him.
If you get him, can I hold him? Can I cradle him in my arms and tell him he's beautiful?
Oh, God,
here's the thing: the people that that watch this show, it's the same demographic as like Steven Universe. They're not gonna buy. They're not gonna buy the dolls. They're not gonna buy toys. They don't buy toys.
They want their free.
They want free stuff, and they want to make fanfics and fan art.
They want to promote their art, so they can suddenly be the ones making making or whatever you want to call it, these shows. Yeah,
I think this is a bad. I don't know. And then to go with, maybe they know what they're doing. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But Mattel's not in a good place right now. They started this hashtag to try to get some momentum built, and I don't think a lot of people are really.
It's really not. This has been up since the 24th, and it's only got 1.1 thousand. I've seen people do beautiful pieces of art for He-Man or She-Ra get far more than that. They get that in an hour.
Yeah, and if you
I'm trying to figure out how this got 2.3 thousand, because this to me is way less appealing than that is. But go ahead.
I don't know. I think they're like, oh my god, they're making Bo.
How do you do that? Anyway, go ahead.
Because it's exciting. Yeah, there's not much. This is it. This is all that hashtag. There's 4. This is not going to save Mattel. I
think this is the wrong way to go. If you want to save yourself, this was not it.
Yeah, Mattel, this is not going to save you. I'm sorry. you know, you're going to have to come up with something better because you guys are not in a place right now to take chances on toy lines that won't sell. Meanwhile, there is a proven audience for classic He-Man and She-Ra, and they come back year after year after year and buy collectibles. But there's no proven audience for the Netflix show.
Well, then it gets me too is, you know, clearly they did this with doll body molds they already had. You know, these are clearly molds that they might have tweaked a little bit, but they already had. Which leads, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how they're going to take the Barbie plus size molds and transfer them into the DC superhero girls molds. Because if they don't have plus size Glimmer, people are already threatening they're going to have a fit if they don't have plus size Glimmer. So
yeah, they are. They've already said as much. I can't find that tweet, but there are people like, oh my god, we're going to riot if we don't get our plus size Glimmer. You know, so I think they're going to test the waters. If it's Target, they're probably only going to have like 4 or 5 dolls to begin with anyway, and see how it does and go from there.
Yeah.
So okay, we want to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Next month. Or in August, you can go to Target and get yourself a Bo doll.
Almost next month.
And you can cradle him in your arms.
I'm guessing it's going to be a Dora, Catcher, a Bo, and Glimmer is the ones I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would guess that too. And Shadow Weaver might just be a Comic-Con.
Is the $30 set, I wonder, going to be like, you know, they have all of them, they have like 2 together, or are they going to have like an Adora Catcher set, or are they going to have like an Adora and Swiftwind set or something like that?
I don't think they're going to make a horse. That's a big leap. So we'll see. But yeah, Target only. So that's
a big loopy loop there.
Yeah.
All right.
Target only. So we'll see how they do. All right.
Bye.
So, goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.